What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the FallenRedZeo, back bringing you more Power Rangers Lightning Collection, and this time we have Wave 7 with a bunch of cool figures. So first off here, we have just the normal Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, so we have just the standard Green Ranger figure. It's not the Fighting Spirit one like we've had before, so we'll kind of show the difference between that, and we get a new unmasked head for Tommy. But also in the set, we get the Mighty Morphin Z Putty, so once that arrived, he brought his own form of putties, so it's pretty much just normal putty with some Z's on it, which is cool, but we got a new putty to add to our set. And then the final two figures are the Dino Thunder Red Ranger, which is cool to get more of our Dino Thunder figures, so now this is our second one. And finally we got the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, which I already have and I've already opened on channel a long time ago, so there's no real reason for me to get this figure again. But then we found this one at Target, which is part of their like Spectrum series, I think is what it's called. So as you can see, like the packaging like is different compared to the others. So it mostly has all this black packaging, has the character in like a side stance here, has some like metallicness to it, you can see the shine and stuff on it there, so that's pretty cool. So since I already have this figure and I did find this one, I thought I'd pick it up and just keep this one in the box because the box looks so cool, and I don't need another White Ranger since it's the exact same, so I'm just going to keep this one in the box. So I won't be opening this one, but it's the exact same White Ranger as before, so nothing real different to look at there. But if you want to see this figure, you can see it on the channel. So again, I won't be opening this one, but we do have the other three figures here to open up and look at those, so I'm excited to get into these and check out the figures. I hope you are as well, so let me go and open these and we'll check them out together. So we're starting off here with the Green Ranger, also known as Tommy Oliver, and again, this is just your normal basic Green Ranger, exactly how he appeared in the show, where we have the older one that's like the Fighting Spirit version, whatever, which we'll see the comparison of that, but it's cool to have just the basic one. So again, this is the Green Ranger, and he started off by being chosen by Rita Repulsa to be the Green Ranger, and she gave him the Green Ranger Power Coin with the Dragon Zord, and his whole purpose was to go out and destroy the Power Rangers. But he ended up being released from his control when he faced off against Jason, and he then ended up joining up with the Rangers, becoming the 6th Ranger of Mighty Morphin. So again, it's just the basic Green Ranger, nothing too special going on here. Again, just your basic one. So with this one, we have the helmet. Of course, he's in the all green outfit. He has the dragon helmet on here, so again, it's got the mouth of the dragon with all sorts of teeth, the lines there of the dragon, and then the little jewel there right in the front, of course the eyes of the dragon as well. So just the helmet looks pretty standard. He then has the dragon shield on here, so the nice big gold shield. It has the nice diamond there on the front of it with the little like logos there on each of the corners. So overall, just nice gold shield overall, and I like this gold color a lot better than the old one, which again, we'll see that comparison. He has the gold bands there around his arms, and then gold there right around the top of his gloves, where he has a pretty standard Power Rangers glove, just all white gloves that go up to his forearms. And then instead of like the diamond design, he has the triangle design there with the green. Then it's just all green spandex suit, nothing too special going on there. White belt with the morpher on there, and of course they're gonna have the dragon coin there right there in the center. Holster hanging off the side for the dragon dagger, and then the boots same as the gloves, all white with the green triangles and gold around the top. So first move, so his head there can twist all the way around. He can look down and look up, so not a whole lot of range in the helmet area. Shoulders come up 90 degrees there, and then have the butterfly joint, and of course can rotate around. He has the bicep twist, double elbow joint that only bends up that far, and then the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He has the up ab crunch there, it can rock back and forth a little bit there, but he has the twist as well, and then he has the low ab crunch, then can crunch really far forward and back, so that's really good movement in there. Hips come up about 90 degrees there, out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that bends up that far, so pretty decent. Then he has shin twist right there at the top of the boot that goes all the way around, and the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So as I mentioned multiple times, pretty standard Green Ranger overall. But then we get his accessories. So first off, we get the unmasked head of Tommy. So there we got Tommy, and this is supposed to be around like his first appearance in the show. So he has a little bit shorter hair, and then he has the band around his head when he's facing off in like the karate tournament or whatever against Jason, and around the first time of the green with Evil. So it's supposed to be like the evil version of Tommy here, which looks pretty cool. I like the band around his head and everything, looks pretty cool. But again, I don't like the unmasked, so I'm not going to use it, but it's a nicer looking head. It doesn't look exactly like Tommy at all, but it's still pretty decent face overall. We then get additional hands, so he's got 2 grip hands on there, so we get a fist hand and then a hand to be playing the dragon dagger. And speaking of, we also get the dragon dagger here, so we'll go ahead and just take and slide this into his hands, but we could also take and slide it into the holster if we wanted to. And finally, he comes with the Sword of Darkness, which of course at this point was kind of a good weapon for him since he was evil, so he has the Sword of Darkness here that we could put into his hands, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then it also has the Hasbro effect here of like some green lightning, so you can just take and slide up in there onto the sword and put it on there, so you got the nice cool looking effect there on the sword. But again, I don't want to use this currently because we've got the other Green Ranger here. So here you can see there's not really overall difference, like the color of the morphers are different. This one is like a gold for some reason, and they changed the gold paint there on the dragon shield. This one is more like gold, where this is like a yellowish tint to it. But the biggest difference between the two is the top of the helmet. So on the Fighting Spirit one, has the nice silver painted there around on the top of the lines, where on the original classic one doesn't have that painted. So that's really the main difference. I mean, mean, they did change up some of the paint colors just because people complained, I know, about the original one. But the biggest difference between the two is the helmet paint there, which is, you know, not really that much difference. But overall, I'm still happy that they did make the normal Green Ranger because I definitely want the normal one to put in my collection. And next up, we've got the Z Putty. And again, we've had putties before. This one just looks a little bit different. And it's mostly like the Z there on his chest. That's like the big difference. And with that, it's because they were created by Lord Zed. And so when Zed came in season 2 and ended up taking over the Moon Palace and everything, he thought Rita's putties weren't very good putties. And so he ended up creating his own. And so this is what they look like. They have the Z on their chest and on their knee pads there to designate, you know, they're under Lord Zed. And of course, they're supposed to be more enhanced and stronger than the original putties. So this one looks pretty cool. He's pretty much just all gray. It's like just an all gray figure. So it has a lighter gray suit on and then a little bit of color differences in like the chest plate. It's more of an off gray. It's got like some brown into it or something. So it just stands out a little bit different against the bodies. And the same with the knee pads and the boots are all that same color. And then the face is painted much darker. So it kind of again separates that out. But it's a much darker face with the red eyes there. But the exact same face as the original. And then it has the rock-like hands there once again. So it's in the really dark gray. So every color is gray except for the eyes. Just all sorts of different shades of gray going in here. You could almost say there's 50 of them. So again, not a whole lot special to look at with this figure, but first movement says head there can twist all the way around. He can look down and look up, so pretty decent movement in the neck. Shoulders come up 90 degrees, has a butterfly joint and can rotate around. Bicep twist, double elbow joint that only bends up that far. Has a forearm twist right in there and no other movements in the hand. He has the upper ab crunch that can crunch back and forth and twist side to side, and then the lower crunch there, get really good movements. Hips come up 90 degrees, out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around. Double knee joint that bends up that far. Shin twist right at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twist side to side. So again, your pretty standard putty. And speaking of, so here is the original putty. So you can see they have like the exact same face. Bodies are going to be exactly the same, just the new one has the chest plate on it compared to the old one. And then the boots are different, so they have like these tie-up boots where the other ones just have kind of like slip-on boots and stuff. And the hands are still all the rock pieces, just different shades. Again, not a whole lot of difference. I like the markings on the original one first, but I like the colors more of the newer one. And with the new one here, we get some accessories. So he has just like two, so like a grip hand, then kind of like an open like bit finger hand. Well, he comes with two hands, so we got a fist hand here that we can switch out and another grip hand here, so we can switch those two out. And I will go and switch this one out for the fist hand. And I did that specifically because it also comes with like this fire punch here, which is nice big fire flame thing, and it just slides right onto the fist. So you just take and slide it on there. So there's actually like doing a move and stuff. I don't remember if Putties actually did something like this in the show. I don't remember it at all, but I think it looks pretty cool. So I just want to add that on there too, so it has just some sort of effect like putties can actually do something. And if you didn't know, with the putties with the Z on their chest in the show, when the Rangers punch them, the putties then fall down and then blast into pieces. We can kind of get that sort of effect with this piece on here. So we got this with the like Hasbro Pulse 2-pack. So you have this piece that just slides on over the front of them, and then you can see it has like this nice all blue like explosion, but it has a little indentation in the center, so you can take like a Ranger's hand and like put it in there like they punched it in the center, and so he's then gonna explode. We'll go ahead and just slide this over him. So there we go. So you just slide it on the front of him and just kind of stick it there, and like I said, have a Ranger like punching him in the chest, so then he'll explode. But it looks pretty cool, you know, just more effects to add on to it. But overall, I really like the putty. I hope they make like a 2-pack of this that we can buy as well, just so we get more Z putties, because I think they're pretty cool looking overall. And the final figure I'm going to look at here is the Dino Thunder Red Ranger, which again looks pretty cool, and another Dino Thunder to add to our set. So again, another pretty standard Power Ranger overall, just the all red spandex, the red helmet. But I like Dino Thunder because they have the additional details of like the diamonds there, so down the arms, down the legs, and around up there on the shoulders. Then it has the big giant logo there of the Dino Thunder logo on the chest as well, and a nice gold belt with a silver buckle and everything. So it just adds a little bit difference from it just being pretty much just all red. But we got the helmet up there that looks pretty cool. So it's just kind of like a big bulky helmet, not a whole lot of details into it, but it has the mouth there with like jagged points there. It's supposed to be the T-Rex, you know, or the Tyrannosaur, and then the little eyes there. So not a whole lot of details in the helmet's not like the most detailed versions, but I think it looks pretty decent overall to fit in with the figure. And then of course has the Tyrannomorpher there on his arm. But for movements, those head there can twist all the way around. He can look down and look up. Again, not a whole lot of range in the head. Shoulders up 90 degrees, has a butterfly joint, and can twist all the way around. He's got the bicep twist, double elbow joint that bends up that far, and wrist twist around and flex back and forth. He has the upper ab crunch, which actually has pretty decent movements in it, and the twist as well. Then with the lower ab crunch can get further movements in there. Hips come up 90, out to the side that far, thigh twist all the way around, double knee joint that bends up that far, shin twist right at the top of the boot, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So again, just your standard Lightning collection figure. With these, all the Rangers are exactly the same, so you're not really going to get any variations, but he comes with a bunch of accessories. So first off, we got some different hands. So he's just got 2 grip hands there. So he has like an open gripping hand there with 2 fingers open, and then just a wider grasp hand there. We get the unmasked head here. So for Connor McKnight, which was played by James Napier, I think it looks pretty decent. You know, I don't think it's exact again, but I think it looks pretty decent. Nice hair and everything design. So not too bad there overall. Then we start to get some weapons. So first off, we have the Thunder Max Blaster. So just like their standard sort of weapon gun here. So pretty cool, nice in blue, silver, and black colors with the red and gold details on it. So nothing too bad. I don't know if this fits in the holster. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that. It just barely sticks in there. So the holster obviously isn't made for this version of the gun, but you could put the gun in the hand if you wanted to. But then we get the unfolded version of it, which is the Thunder Max Saber. So again, it's the exact same thing, just unfolded out. So we have the handle part there and then the actual blade, which looks pretty cool. And this actually comes with the Hasbro effect. So we get this nice like fire effect thing that you can just slide onto it there. It looks pretty cool. You can put this in his hand as well, but I assume this is what goes into the holster. So if we slide it down in there, yeah, it kind of sticks in a little better overall with that. And finally, we get my favorite thing of the Tyranno staff. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this looks very good. They didn't seem to add a whole lot of detail in it. So we have on the end here, we just have the little like triangle with the gold and black, and then on the end of it, we have some gold painted onto it. But I feel there's more detail into the staff. If I can find a good picture, I'll post it up here. But I feel they should have painted more of like the front of this. And then I don't know exactly how this goes into his hands. Like I know it's a staff, so you can obviously just place it around differently. But with this whole little part here, it looks kind of weird. So I don't really know exactly how you're supposed to put this in his hand, but I'll just kind of stick it in here. So there we go, got him all posed up there with the staff, and I don't really know exactly how it's supposed to look and he's supposed to hold it, but I think that looks pretty cool there overall. Now I wish the fire effect, like I think you could probably slide it on the other end, but with it's supposed to be coming out here, I wish you could like stick it on here, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we can only really use it for the Thunder Max Saber, unfortunately, but still looks pretty cool over there. I like that he did come with the staff, because that's what I always want the red Dino Thunder Ranger to come with, but still looks very cool overall. So there we go, another great wave of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. I feel we got a lot of like reuse in this wave. So again, the White Ranger is just another re-release since he's kind of hard to find and everything. We get the Green Ranger, both the proper helmet, another Putty with a different outfit on, but then the only new Ranger we get is the Dino Thunder Red Ranger, which I'm fine with that. So overall, I really enjoyed this wave. Like I said, a whole lot of reuse going on here, but I feel the reuses are much needed. But let me know what you thought of this wave down in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like for me. But thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next video.